Hi there, glad to be back. I hope you are too. Okay, so today I want to discuss the biggest storytelling mistake entrepreneurs make, and hopefully by watching this video you can avoid it because it's a really expensive mistake, all right? First, as an entrepreneur, let's just say this, one of the great things about you is you are totally immersed in what you do, right? You eat, think, breathe, sleep your business. And while this is a huge strength, it can also pose a significant challenge because when the time comes for you to tell other people about what you do, you often focus because you're always focused on your product or the service that you provide or exactly how the whole thing works when really that's not what people care about. What they care about, you know what I'm going to say, is your story. The problem is your story doesn't sound like a story to you. It just sounds like life. We undervalue the story and end up skipping it altogether. And this is a huge mistake. In fact, you've likely seen this phenomenon in action. Have you ever watched that smash hit television show, Shark Tank? I know it's one of my favorites. The show where entrepreneurs come in and pitch their business or their products to a room full of millionaire and billionaire shark investors. The entrepreneurs come in and they're so excited about the product they have to offer, and they create, they get so excited they actually create this startup crime. Perfect example. There was a young woman on one of the episodes who had created handmade baby moccasins. So she came in, she talked about the moccasins, how she acquired customers, whatever. They talked about how much it cost to make it, what the price was to sell it, yada, yada, yada. But it wasn't until she told the story of how her company started that the sharks really became interested. It wasn't until she told them that in order to raise enough funds to start her company, she spent a summer breaking the glass out of aluminum window frames. And once the frames were cleared, she brought the aluminum to a scrapyard where they gave her $200. All right, she took that $200 to buy fabric for her first few moccasins. Now, that's an awesome story, first of all. And when the sharks heard that story, that is when it became a feeding frenzy. Because yeah, there are baby moccasins everywhere. Nobody actually cared about her baby moccasins. What they cared about was her story. Now, her moccasins are everywhere. Nordstrom's on my friend's baby's feet at preschool pickup. Now, here's the other thing. Even as I say this, I don't want you to fool yourself into thinking that this is all just an act for TV. In a recent interview with an investor in Tiny Prints and Hotwire and Pinterest, huge investor, said this is the #1 storytelling mistake entrepreneurs make, not telling the story. Those pitches that don't resonate, those are the ones that don't tell a story. When someone comes in and reads an analytic report or discusses the data pointing to this business decision, not only is it boring and puts people to sleep, but it leaves the investor to wonder if some other guy with a similar spreadsheet could create the same product or business. Basically, no story, no money. Make sense? Now, I want to give you a little break. I feel like I'm being hard on you. The truth is, this is an easy mistake to make, which is why it's so common. It's so easy to tell your story that it's super easy to forget to tell it. But you got to realize, by watching this video, if you overlook your story, you're going to be overlooked. So I encourage you, take a step back. If we met at an event where you saw me speak, go back through your notes and look for the stories that came to you when we were discussing this. If we met online, go back through the videos where I teach you which stories you need to be able to tell. Too often we think that people don't have time to listen to our story, when really it's that we don't take the time to tell it. You know, whether you're in the Shark Tank pitching to billionaire investors or have a sales meeting later today, do not overlook the power of your story. They want to hear it, and it is your job to tell it, okay? Now, it's always great spending time with you. If you know, even if I am a little hard on you, sorry about that. If you know an entrepreneur with a story they're not telling, please feel free to pass this on, and I can't wait to see you again very soon. Take care.